I think it's going to be a great matchup. Obviously, Sugar Bowl is a great bowl game. We took care of business and were able to win the Big 12 to get there. But then to get a competitive matchup with Auburn, it's very exciting. We like playing people that are going to make us rise up to the occasion. So we'll be looking forward to it and can't wait to start preparing for them.
Have you been able to click on the film with them at all?
Not yet. Kind of been on the road ever since last game, but I've seen a couple of games on TV. They're big, physical, and like every other SEC defense, they're not just big and physical, they can run. So we got to, like I said, rise up to the occasion.
You said those couple of games, did you ever notice Carl Lawson or Montrevious Adams?
Oh, yeah, their defensive line's very good. You notice some things like that before you really dive into the film. They have special players, and so I think our offensive line will need to start studying, and we'll be ready when the time comes.
Is that fun for you guys in terms of being a Big 12 team, going up against an SEC school? Like, I guess the last couple of years y'all got Tennessee and such. And
it's fun to play.
Those guys.
Yeah, it's fun to play against teams that are kind of the better ones in their conference. You always like to, like I said, that high competition level. But then to play somebody that you're not used to playing or that your school doesn't usually play is always fun. So, like I said, it's going to be a good matchup.
What did it feel like to be named a Heisman finalist?
It's a great feeling, very humbling, and it's such an honor just to be in the category and the talks with those other players that are nominated. I mean, they're great guys, and so looking forward to just going to New York and spending some time with them and being around past Heisman winners.
What about defense?
Yeah, it's a lot. It says a lot for the two of us to go together. We've put in a lot of time and work together, so it seems like it's starting to pay off, and obviously have one more to go, but to have the recognition for him and us together is pretty special.
I can't remember the exact line that Trevor said, but he said something along the lines of, when you're on the field, you believe you're the best guy out there. Do you feel that way? And if so, like, what makes you feel that way when you take the field on Saturdays?
Yeah, I think I do feel that way. I know I do, but I think every other guy does that as well. You have to play with that edge. You got to believe it because that can take you a long way. I mean, in my case, I don't always have the physical ability. I'm not as big or strong or fast as everybody, but the belief and the self-confidence can take you a long way, and it has so far.
What's it like to see him again? You said you guys hung out, I guess, this last weekend?
Yeah, he came back for Bedlam. He shaved his mustache with me. So, no, Trevor's a great guy. So it's always fun to spend time with one of your best friends, and obviously spend some time with him this week and just enjoy it.
Did you know him much when you were in Austin and he in San Antonio, like through camps or anything?
I didn't do many camps and stuff like that, but obviously I became really good friends with him when I got to Oklahoma.
Baker, Dede said that he had no expectation of being a Heisman finalist until
Oh,
his name was
whatever.
called on.
That's whatever. He's such a liar.
What about for you? I mean, what was the reaction when you heard your name?
Just thinking about last year as well, I thought I was going to get the invite, so my hopes kind of got let down last year. And so this year I was a little more stressed about it. I mean, I knew Dede was going to go, so I was happy about that. It was more when my name got called, I was relieved, happy that I was going to get to enjoy it with my teammate and go have fun with him.
Are players aware of the preseason Heisman talk? I mean, starting in July, people are starting to put odds on who's going to go where.
If you have any sort of social media, it's kind of hard to miss out on that stuff. People are all over it. They always tag you and stuff, so you just got to do your best to try and block it out, or it depends on how you use it, because if you get caught up in it, that's how you get in trouble and you don't play as well as you should.
When did you start feeling like this could be a real thing for you to actually get the invite to it?
It really didn't settle in until after we won the Oklahoma State game. Cause, we had been so focused on just taking care of business 1 week at a time, and that's the reason we're in the position we are right now, playing in the Sugar Bowl, is because we've been so focused on just doing our job, not worrying about anything else or any other opinions. And so it's finally starting to realize that, and it's a special feeling.
Baker, there are a lot of great college programs, but when you walk into Oklahoma or some of these other schools' facilities, and I'm sure you did maybe even during a recruiting trip, you see the pictures of some of the guys. The idea that you're going to be up there, and I don't know if it feels like only a handful of years ago, but it is kind of interesting that you're going to be feeded the way that a lot of great players are.
Yeah, no, it's since I said it earlier, I was such a college football fan growing up, and obviously I was an OU fan growing up as well, so I knew all the past guys that have played there, and they have their names all over the stadium, or they have their statues outside of the stadium. So, and now that every once in a while they make their way back to a game or they come around the program and I get to meet them and they act like they know me. It's just it's such a humbling experience for me to realize that I was once at those little kids' position, looking up to them and just thinking they're the idol, and so it's such a different feeling to really think back on it, and you got to enjoy it.
I don't know if the word intimidating, maybe when you're 17 or 18 years old and you realize that the whole world is watching you, but is that a fair word?
It depends on how you handle it. It's either you think about it in a negative way, that you think about the mistakes that everybody's going to see, or you think about an opportunity to show your God-given talents and what the work you put in. So it's about how you handle it, and that's why it's tough, because kids don't always go through stuff like that, and it is a different situation. It's a lot of pressure, and it's just how you handle it.
Baker, you're here for individual awards, today and also Saturday. But can you talk a little bit about how would you celebrate this award with your team?
I mean, the only reason DD and I are here is because of how the whole team's played, specifically the offense as a whole. I mean, we've played so well during Big 12 play, and we've kept getting better and better. I saw today, earlier, they announced that a left tackle was the Big 12 Offensive Lineman of the Year, which was the first time the Big 12's ever had a sophomore win the award. So they are a big reason why DD and I are here. They've been able to get the ball out and get it into my playmakers' hands, and they've done the rest of the work. So, I mean, the whole offense has kept getting better all year, and just got one more opportunity to do it together, and very excited about it.
Sounds like they made you look good and you made them look good.
They do most of the work. They get to block. I sit back there and just distribute the ball. Yeah, I guess so. People asked me if I was sore after the Oklahoma State game. I said I touched the ground twice. One was the slide. So no, they make me comfortable back there. I can just hand the ball off and just give it to DD and the rest of our receivers, and they do the rest of the work.
Did you plan on making the announcement Saturday after the game? Did you know you were going to do that, or did it just sort of spontaneously happen?
I kind of had it in my head, but then I was going to say something, then somebody asked me the question, so I went ahead and answered it right there. I had been thinking about it, just thinking about some of the key pieces we could have back, and just one of the main goals I came to Oklahoma for was to win a national title. So, we'll have a great opportunity to bring a lot of guys back and some coaches back as well to make that run.
Did the coaches and the team know that you had made that decision already?
Some of the guys on the team did. The coaches, I think they could kind of tell by some of the words I've been saying all year because I've been very active in the recruiting process about bringing the guys in to help the program out. But, I hadn't specifically really said it to them until that moment.
I imagine that was pretty big. Did you get any sort of reception when you went back in the locker room?
Everybody was kind of already gone. I talked to Coach Stoops later that night, and he was pretty excited about it because he had found out about it later. But it was a great feeling to know that your coach feels about you that way, and I want to help him out in the exact same way.
Baker, have you had a chance to watch Lamar Jackson play at all this season?
Absolutely. I don't know how you can miss him. He's on every single ESPN highlight. He's a very special player. Just met him for the first time earlier, so I'm excited to spend some time with him this week.
DD said after the Ohio State game that you and some of the other guys called a meeting, talked to the players. What was your message in that meeting to the guys, and how do you think that affected how y'all were able to turn it around through the Big 12 season?
The message was we were so close on a lot of things. Early plays here and there, early on in the game can change so many things, and so we had just a couple minor mistakes. We were either one player off or one thing here and there, and you look back at the film and you just hate watching that. So we talked about we're so close. Don't get down, because everybody in the world is telling us how bad we are right now. We're 1-2. We were preseason ranked in the top 5, so don't listen to everybody else. Just focus on doing your job, and if we take care of business, we can be in a great position at the end of the year, and we have done just that. We went undefeated in the conference, and we took care of business 1 week at a time, and so put ourselves in a great position right now.
How special is it to have a connection with a guy like DD that you've formed to where not just on the plays, how they're drawn up, but y'all seem to have that connection when you make the scramble plays and he's able to come back. He said those are some of his favorites because that's how you get the big play.
Yeah, it is. We've been able to capitalize on a lot of the scramble drill, or the improv play, as you want to call it, and so it's been fun to have a guy like that. He's such a special player. Such a unique speed. I mean, it's so elite that he can get past anybody. we've had a lot of teams try and double cover him, but he always finds a way to get open. And so whether it's right on time or I have to scramble around a little bit, it's always enjoyable to have him.